Hello, my name is Lasse Rabenstein, and in this user testimonial I would like to show you IcySea, a brand new application which is developed within the Copernicus user uptake project. IcySea is the same name. The partners involved in this project are us, which is Drifter Noise Border Services, a spin-off from the Alfred Wegener Institute, founded 5 years ago. I am co-founder of that company. And presently we are also supported by the European Space Agency's Business Incubation Center in northern Germany. Who are we? We are researchers by heart, polar researchers, geophysicists, but also software engineers. So the technical team is Bernhard, Panagiotis and Paul. They're doing all the software engineering. And Lasse, and just recently joined Alexandra, we are taking care for user feedback, user interaction, and to disseminate the news on the IcySea. All this wouldn't have been possible with our partner from the Meteorological Institute in Norway, the Development Center for Weather Forecasting in Oslo, which is Malte Müller and Cyril Palerme. They provide excellent and improved sea ice drift forecasts for the Svalbard region, which are implemented and visualized in IcySea. Our users are people who are on site, so not the people necessarily in the office. I mean, they can use the app as well, but the people on boats, on fishery boats, passenger vessels, research ships or research camps on the ice, and also other shipping. Here's a video showing shipping activities of passenger and fishing vessels in the Svalbard region over the last years. That's a video made by Alexandra in her master thesis and also in her Nature publication, which came out this year. And you see that there's a lot of activity. The passenger vessels only appear in summer, in the tourist season, but the fishing vessels are active year-round and very often also close to the ice edge. So these are typical users of ice information. I was myself on board Kronprinz Haakon in 2018, and this was really the wish I had. I wanted to have ice information displayed on the screen, on the navigational screen, automatically, with one touch, with one click. All this organization and browsing in the internet is so difficult with a bad internet connection up there, maybe only Iridium. And that's why we invented IcySea.app, to exactly have that screen where you can touch and just download information you're interested in. Here's a short user pitch.
To navigate changeable, icy waters, you constantly need to know, what is my safest and most fuel-efficient route? That's not easy when ice information is spread across the internet and you have a poor internet connection. So what if you could display sea ice on a map in near real time as simply as this? With IcySea, all the actionable information you need is provided in a single map-based display. So you can take the safest, most direct route to save costs and time to avoid ice entirely, or to find the best route through the ice with an ice-breaking vessel. Here's how easy it is with IcySea. Its map-based interface quickly shows you a variety of high-resolution sea ice information, regularly updated and with 24/7 reliability. Click on the map to get up-to-date satellite imagery, or zoom in to high-resolution images for more detail, even with a low-bandwidth connection. IcySea is the one-stop solution for ice information on board. Take a free trial and find the clearest way ahead.
And I go straight into the second video in the video recording, a tutorial about first steps in IcySea. On the IcySea map display, you can activate and deactivate 3 different information layers. The first one is sea ice concentration. This is a rough information layer with a 3 kilometers resolution for strategic planning of your voyage or your activity. It's updated 8 times a day and covers the entire Arctic. The age of that information is displayed in the lower left corner, so you always know how old the information is you're dealing with. The legend and the colors the meaning of the colors, are displayed also in the lower left corner. So purple colors mean 100% of the map is covered with ice, green colors about 40%, and when there is no color, it's ice-free. You have to use that information layer with some care, because ice-free does not mean that there is no ice. It means that there is maybe only small ice flows or fragments of ice, which can still be a navigational hazard, but it's not visible on that layer. On the other hand, close to land, the information is also not reliable, because it tends to show more ice than indeed is present. That's an influence of the coast of the landmass to the satellite measurement. Another layer of information is Sentinel-1 radar images. If you're interested to know more details, so you want to look into this rough sea ice concentration information, you can right-click or long tap on a touchscreen to download, for example, low-resolution radar images. This shows you the most recent Sentinel-1 radar images available. Also, the age information you can activate and deactivate in the upper right corner shows you how old this image, this radar image, actually is. So this one, for example, is 5 hours old since satellite recording. For example, here you see a patch of ice, which is not visible in the sea ice concentration layer. This shows you the difference between both. This is too much open water for the sea ice concentration information to display ice. However, the black open water spots here inside the ice cover are somewhat reflected due to the orange, with the orange colors in the sea ice concentration. If you are active in this region and you want even more detailed information, you can download full resolution radar image, which is about 3 megabytes in size. The low resolution tile is about 50 kilobytes in size. So what would you expect to see here, where I explained already that this is probably not ice, but an artifact from the landmass? Let's look into the details. This is what the satellite image shows, the radar image. No ice, obviously. At least you can't see any familiar structure which look like ice flows. So pretty sure there is no ice here. But you see, Sentinel-1 radar interpretation is not always easy. So the magic comes when you compare all the different informations together. Activate and deactivate the radar layer on top of the sea ice concentration layer, knowing that close to land, the sea ice concentration is not trustworthy. We will explain a little bit how to interpret Sentinel-1 radar images in another video. I would like to conclude this video with the third information layer. This is ice drift forecasts. Here for the Svalbard and Greenland region, you see a grid of red points. Each of these points reflect an ice particle, an ice flow, for example. Where there is no ice, no drift is calculated. But where we have ice, here closer to the ice edge or in the ice, a series of points show you where the ice will be over the course of the next days. Each point is a 24 hours period. So this ice flow will be tomorrow here, then here, and 3 days here, 4 days here, 5 days here, and so on. The colors fade out because it becomes more uncertain if in 10 days the drift will still be like this. But the ice drift forecasts are updated every 24 hours by our partners, the Meteorological Institute of Norway. If you have any questions so far, please contact us directly under support@driftnoise.com. We are happy to answer your questions. So I also would like to raise some typical frequently asked questions we got is, for example, one is, okay, it's just another web page with ice information. But our answer here is no, it is not really just another web page. It's a so-called progressive web app. So it really runs offline even. I mean, you can download something offline, but you don't need to browse the internet to use it. So for example, when you open it the first time in Chrome, there should be a pop-up window asking you to install it on your desktop. And you can access it, and you can open it also in the browser or in this web app without connecting to the internet, and only if you demand it to download the information. So it's not just another web page. When will IcySea reach final development? The answer here is never. It will never be finished. So it's a continuous and eternal circle of development and operations. So we test it, we release it, deploy it, we get feedback, then we plan the next feature based on that feedback, we program the code, we build it in, and so on and so on. It will always get better and better. At the moment, I mean, we still have plenty of new feature ideas. It's by far not yet perfect. Example for some next features is, for example, to animate the drift forecast by animated satellite images instead of these point clouds. That's one thing. Or of course, we would like to work together with the ice services. I mean, that's very valuable information to the ice charts. We would like to include them wherever they are possible to download in the internet. We would like to include them. That's an example from Canada, for example, here. Another feature is we don't want to be restricted to Svalbard. We would like to go on the entire polar region. So that's an app you can have on your icebreakers wherever you are in the world. Just some images, some examples of what we plan to do. But whatever comes next, it is based on your feedback. So please, I invite you, go to the IcySea.app webpage, open it, try it out, give us feedback. You need to register when you open it, but it's easy, it's free to use, and I'm also now here for your question and answers, and we can directly discuss on that. Thanks.